Alright, so we have Mega Altaria. Mega Altaria Silvally versus a regular Altaria Indeedee. OG Indeedee. No, it's not. But anyways, these two decks were able to make it into top 64. Let me see if I can pull up the information for you guys. Scorpion is playing a variant of Mega Altaria Indeedee with Carbink, which actually is really good because it does 30 damage, pushes the baby Pokemon, puts pressure on them as well, and not only that, it has the ability during your opponent's next turn, this start takes 30 minus 30, so that's actually kind of huge right here. So we do have an Altaria mirror match going on with the type null, two type nulls and one Swablu for the Silvally player, and then we have a Jirachi in the back with the Find a Friend Swablu, if anything. That is kind of crazy, the fact of Find a Friend. Swablu is hitting the field right now, right? That Swablu just ended up popping off not long ago, but I don't see the advantages, what that card provides versus the Sing Altaria, right? I mean, Swablu, because Sing could just do so much for you in the long term, and Indeedee's gonna come out, which is kind of crazy in this scenario because it can make this active Pokemon live longer, but it shouldn't really matter now because there is a Silvally out on the play. He's gonna draw into his Swablu, right? So now he's in the situation. So this is what I'm looking at right now, right? Silvally does take 2 energy in order to attack, right? And the problem here is if his opponent has access to the Mega Altaria, a Moose is going to be in a situation where he's energy locked, where he's not going to be able to swing with his Altaria when he wants to. Of course, you're going to get the point here. Scorpion can even just come in with Jirachi and swing if he wanted to, which is kind of insane. I would, Maya, but we are on YouTube as well, so we can't really, I'll figure out how to play copyright music one of these days. But Jirachi's here, going to take the Silvally out and take the point right here. So it does look like we're just going to go into the Sing strategy, because Sing is going to be make it or break it right now for game number 1. Yeah, it really is coming down. If we could pull off that Sing. 8 cards left in the opponent's deck, and a Moose definitely has 6. Drawing into Mars and Gladion. Alright, let's see if the RNG is in his favor. If RNG hits, he has a potential of coming back, which he actually could come back now because, Jirachi's just sleeping. He can't really do anything there. He could potentially probably evolve the Swablu on the side that has the energy. You do have access to the other Swablu with Sing, so you are playing one Sing, one Find a Friend for consistency here. But it looks like we're gonna get the Mega Altaria on the right setup, and it looks like we wake up now. A Moose has a put in a very strange situation here. He could continue to Sing because I think he needs one more turn, or he could just go aggro and start swinging, right? That'll put him at 2 points, but the problem here is he's not gonna have access to knock out anything else, and that's what you really want to do right now. So based on what he's doing right now, he's gonna waste a supporter on definitely getting Gladion. So he might just go Sing and probably put the energy on Altaria in the back. That's what I'm thinking that he might do, but you know, you are in a situation where you don't want to be the first one to bring out Mega Altaria, especially if you don't have the other Altaria ready to go. But we have a second sleep, two sleeps in a row. It's kind of crazy. But the opponent has Mega Altaria themselves. They end up waking up. So that's 2 sleeps that Amus was able to get, which is kind of crazy. I mean, he has access to other plays here. He has access to potentially building up the Silvally and praying for 1 more sleep. Can he get lucky 3 out of 3? Because again, I don't think you want to be the first player to commit. Because if you're the first player to commit, you know, you could be in trouble. He's trying to think of what is the best play here. Looks like we're gonna go. Are we gonna go 3 for 3? Are we gonna go 3 for 3? 3 for 3 sleeps? No shot. This guy got 3 sleeps in a row. He's gonna be able to pull up with Silvally, attack with Silvally, and he doesn't have to swing. He doesn't have to commit his what do you call it? He also has Sabrina. No way. This is insane. He was stalling out for Sabrina. Now that Sabrina was just able to get him multiple win conditions here. It doesn't look like Scorp has any hand disruption, does he? Let me double check on his list. Yeah, Scorp only plays Mars, and it doesn't look like he has the Mars right now, right? So he's just gonna go super aggressive with Mega Altaria and swing here. I guess we already committed here with the Mega Altaria. You could actually, you know, swap and go into Silvally and swing, but the problem with that is, you know, you would rather just get the 130, right? But at the same time, you know, there's 4 cards left in the opponent's hands. What are the odds they end up drawing Mars themselves? Sing is just insane. It wins matches, it wins everything. It's kind of crazy. Can Scorp come back? Can Scorp come back from this? He did get the Mars, which is kind of huge. He put away the Cyrus, which would have helped Amus win, which doesn't get the Cyrus, but it looks like he's gonna Mars himself back as well. Gonna get the quick retreat into the Silvally here. Silvally's gonna get 100 damage. This is kind of crazy. We are heading into who gets Cyrus. Whoever gets Cyrus first wins this game. Scorp did not get the Cyrus, or he cannot come back. We are heading into game number 2. Looks like the Silvally player is going to end up going first. That was GG's. But let's see if Scorp could actually climb back and win this. Because Mega Altaria, what do you call it? Mega Altaria Silvally is just a very interesting concept, I'm not going to lie. I could show you guys after the deck list after, or you could just go on Limitless and find it there. But I don't want to skip out on the gameplay. I want to show everybody the gameplay because this is hype gameplay and it is game number 2 of best of 3. I got you after. So we're gonna go for Licia here. Licia is gonna help him get his Swablues. Swablu is gonna be very pivotal for these people winning, right? Chingling is just gonna get that extra damage on the Swablu, which in this variant of, you know, Altaria Silvally, you really don't have a way of healing, unfortunately. But Jirachi's gonna take the energy here, go into the Rocky Helmet, and who are you gonna swing at? Gonna get 30 damage in the front. So the one thing I do want to say is Chingling is kind of useless in this matchup, because Chingling isn't really going to do anything if your opponent already used the Pokeball, which he already has used his Pokeball. You don't really need the access to Pokeball, but then again, you know, Silvally is just a very strong Pokemon just out there. So right now, like, Jirachi's so much better than like Heatmore or anything like that, just for the simple fact that you could, you know, use your 30 damage anywhere on the field instead of you know, anything in the back row. You're not kind of locked into only the bench. So it looks like the energy is gonna go into the Swablu in the back, and it looks like it's gonna go to the Sing Swablu, which we saw in the first game 1. Sing is a very good option if you're in a tough situation. So he, in my opinion, could have just summoned the Find a Friend, put the energy on the Find a Friend, and keep the regular Swablu out there, you know, just chilling. Looks like getting into Mars and Licia here, but we got a full committed bench going in for Sing here. He needs the Mega Altaria in order to pop off. Is he going to get the tails? Not this game. Not this game. Jirachi is going to wake up. So let's see what ends up happening. The Mega Altaria player that's playing Jirachi seems like he has the most optimal field, you know, set up to go against any deck that you play against. Like, he's in a winning position right now. He does have both Swablus, you know, almost one hit KO, but you know, Jirachi is definitely gonna guarantee a knockout on one of them. Probably the one in the front row, right? Because you don't want your opponent getting a Mega Altaria out there and start, you know, like swinging and dominating the game. So in this situation, you know, you have the Swablu, I mean the Mega Altaria in the back with 2 energy, and then we're gonna go Jirachi. It's gonna take the KO in the front. You are in a tough situation here. You have to summon, I think you just have to play Silvally here, right? And then put the energy and swing. You could pray for Sing. Just overall, it's not looking great. He did not want to go for the Sing move, because Sing was one of those cards that, you know, didn't work for him. But, you know, he is going to be energy locked. His opponent does have 4 cards in hand, so he might have a full bench to do the full 130. We're about to find out right now. But I won't lie, I think we are heading into a game 3 situation. I think we definitely are heading into a game 3 situation. He does have the extra Pokemon. He's gonna get the, extra kill on the Silvally. And only giving him Cyrus and Chingling. Not much to work with. Here we go. Game number 3 coming up pretty soon. Because it really is, I mean, unless you want to go for the Sing, right? But the problem is, your opponent has to wake up, but then again, you have to fight to the very last card, right? It is top 64, and even if it's the slightest chance of winning, you definitely want it. Because what if he stays asleep for 3 turns, and you draw a Mega Altaria, You just never know. RNG in this game could be dumb like that. I think it will matter if he stays asleep or if he wakes up this turn. If he wakes up this, if he stays asleep this turn, this guy should go enter a lottery, which he doesn't stay asleep. Ooh, he gets the Mega Altaria. Going into Mega Altaria here. And we're gonna Mars him down to 1 card. No way. No way. Are we gonna see the greatest comeback of all time? Are we gonna see the greatest comeback of all time? Because he's gonna... See, I told you. You should have charged the Find a Friend. Geo actually steals this game. I'm not going to lie. He definitely had a Cyrus in hand. And if the Geo didn't pop off... If you guys are here, make sure to like the stream. If you guys are enjoying this, sub to the channel. If you guys are brand new, because we are just getting started with top 64 gameplay. And it's only going to get better from here. Here we go. Chingling start versus a Swablu start. Whoever wins this is life and death for anybody that's in this tournament. For both players. So you definitely have to be careful on how you play right now. Because this is definitely going to matter. Oh my god. This is kind of crazy. This whole stream. No wonder. Oh, I'm sorry, chat. I'm sorry, chat. I'm sorry, chat. I'm sorry, chat. We're back. We're back. Nothing really crazy happened. Alright, we're back. Sorry about that. Damn. I'm over here streaming it for free. Alright. There wasn't much commentary. I was just fixing something on the stream. But right now, we have Swablu with 1 energy. The opponent was able, Scorp was able to get an Altaria here with an energy. Chingling with Rocky Helmet that has been, that put 20 damage into Swablu, which really doesn't matter on the item cards perspective, but it does matter when it comes to the damage because, you know, it might put him in a situation where he could win. Can Sing actually come through for a Moose again? It looks like it's gonna come back. The Sing luck is happening. Like, this coin flip is kind of crazy. Just the opponent can't retreat, can't attack, can't really do anything. The only Pokemon that could really get away from this whole Sing situation is what do you call it? Is Greninja EX. Greninja EX is one of the best cards that could, out this. And Chingling does look like it's gonna wake up. And can he get the second one? So it looks like he wants to put the energy on type Null. Is he gonna go for another Sing play here? No, we're not gonna go in for another Sing play. It looks like we're gonna bet for another Heads. This is gonna be life or death right here. He gets the Heads! A Moose gets 2 coin flips in his favor, back to back. Now his opponent is in a situation. Does he play Altaria and take out the type Null? I mean, he still could, separate energy, but at the same time, you don't want to lose to cards like Cyrus, right? His opponent is looking at this and seeing if I could win, if he could win with Sing, why can't I win with Sing, So I'm going to lead out with my Swablu. I mean, that could be the only, line of thought, right? Because why would you, come in with Swablu with no energy if you can't retreat it, right? You might as well just play it out like a Moose is playing if you want to stay in a safe position. Going to go into Professor's Research, draw 2. Gonna hit him with a Sing, it does look like. But the problem with hitting him with Sing so early, he does have access to evolve, and then the Pokemon just ends up evolving. I mean, waking up after evolution. Cures it from all of the statuses here, and this is how Silvally is just overall a strong card. Going to swing in for 100 damage is kind of crazy. A Moose is 1 point away from making it to top 32. Can Silvally make it, or could Scorpion come back and make the greatest comeback of all time? Logan, we are in top 64. And currently we have 27 matches out of 32 completed right now. Game number 3. Yeah, we are one Sabrina from winning the game, which is kind of crazy. We are one Sabrina, potentially one Cyrus. There's like so many win conditions right now in a Moose's favor. It's crazy. Wait a minute. Mars could be the game-changing... Still game-changing right here. Because you really have to draw into another basic Pokemon. Can you get the basic in order to win? That is not a basic, but... does look like we are potentially going to get the retreat here. I'm just going to swing in for 100. Because 100 could be enough to win this here. But you definitely need to see another basic Pokemon. Reason being, Indeedee is going to be able to heal the Altaria here. But Scorpion has to also, realize that he could be put in a situation. Scorp has to be realize that he's put in a situation where like the Indeedee could come out and just win out of nowhere. But Cyrus is gonna pull up the Swablu. Looks like OG Altaria is not going out without a fight. Because with this swap blue being knocked out, Chingling is just going to come out and win the game. So, it does look like... Hold up. He does get one more Pokemon, but the problem here, you don't have anything. Yo, always forget, thank you for the $2. I appreciate you. How you doing today? You are the GOAT. And it looks like Swablu. And it looks like he's going to take the game. Good games, good games.